Hello friends, it's Tyler. Welcome back to my YouTube channel, or if this is your first time, welcome. How's it going? How are you? Good? I hope you're good. Today, I'm going to be answering a very difficult question. This is a question that I am asked 10 times a day, maybe more, depends. The question is, do I actually like H2O, just add water? I'm very sorry to tell you all that the answer is yes. I find it so funny that people think that I actually might not like the show. Literally have invested so much of my life into making these videos. It would be funny if I did it because I hated it, but there you go. Yes, I love H2O so much. It was such a big part of my preteen years and then into my teen years as well. And so I thought I would give you a few reasons as to why Tyler loves H2O. Let's go. Reason number one. If you didn't know, I am from New Zealand. Then I moved to Australia and now I live in the USA. Growing up in New Zealand, we had one theme park, a magical place called Rainbow's End.
Take me back to the rainbow, that rainbow kind of magic.
It was very cute. I've always been obsessed with theme parks. I've always loved roller coasters, and that started at Rainbow's End. But the dream was always Disneyland, obviously. But living in New Zealand, Disneyland is so far away, so far. There was this magical place called the Gold Coast. When I was a kid, I never went to the Gold Coast. Thanks, Mum and Dad. A lot of my friends had been to the theme parks that they have there, so I had always grown up with this idea of really wanting to go to the Gold Coast. Back when I had dial-up internet, I'm so old, I would go on and I would research the theme parks websites. I would look at Movie World, SeaWorld, the Marine Park, and Dream World in particular. And so I knew everything about the Gold Coast. I knew all the rides, I knew all the parks. Then in 2006, my parents told us that we were finally going to the Gold Coast. I was super excited, and do you know what happened that same year? This little TV show came out on Disney Channel. It came out on Disney Channel in New Zealand. I don't know if that's the same. Let me know if that happened in any other countries. I don't know why. Disney Channel in New Zealand must have had the rights or something. But anyway, premiering was this new show called H2O, Just Add Water, set on the Gold Coast. I remember when they were playing the previews, because I watched Disney Channel every day, it kept showing footage of SeaWorld. And I was like, oh my gosh, this is the place. This is the place I've always wanted to go. The reason I actually started watching H2O was because of the Gold Coast. Then after I watched the first episode, hooked. I finally went to the Gold Coast that year. I think only the first episode had come out, and that's why, for the rest of my life, I will know, I was literally at SeaWorld when they were filming. Can you believe this? Cleo could have been in the back pool filming and I didn't even know. Some of you watching this weren't even born then. But yes, fast track 15 years later, I've been to the Gold Coast many times. I still love it so much. I now have family that live very close to it as well. Just so amazing. I love it and I miss it and I hope to go back soon. Reason number two, the mystery. Around this time of my life, my favorite show of all time was Lost. And I still love Lost so much, but I was really into any show that was really kind of grounded in that mystery, sort of like a bit supernatural, weird things going on. I still believe to this day that H2O did such a great job at that aspect of it. We don't know anything about why this place turned them into mermaids. We don't know why the full moon does what it does. When we're introduced to Miss Chatham, it's like we don't know anything about her past. It's just such good drama. I am such a sucker for questions and waiting for the answers, and H2O just did a really good job of that. And I still think so to this day. Reason number 3. This is something that I've definitely been interested in my whole life, but it wasn't until I actually started writing things myself or I started acting in more and more things that I really understood this. My favorite types of stories are when you have a relatively simple concept, but then the characters are super complex and interesting. When it comes to H2O, again, I think they did a really good job of that. So you have these 3 girls who are very just normal teenage girls in the early 2000s. And then the concept is one day they become mermaids, and then every time they touch water, it turns them into mermaids. Great. Can explain that in 1 sentence. We got it. So because that concept is quite simple, it then becomes about how these characters are dealing with that situation. How do they deal with life? How do they go to school? How do they deal with their families, relationships, blah, 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 blah. And personally, I just think that lets us get really, really invested and involved with these characters. Reason number 4, Australia. So growing up in New Zealand, most of the things that we watch are American, which is amazing. I've loved American media and stories my whole life. I've always wanted to live in America, which I am now, yay! But it was amazing to see a show that was from Australia, which is really just across the ditch, as they say. And I have family who have lived in Australia, so there was that personal connection as well. And reason number 5, which I think a lot of us can relate to, is nostalgia. The reason why I continue to love the show and make videos about the show is because it takes me right back to that moment in my life, 16 years ago. Oh my gosh. And that's what's been so amazing. I had no idea that so many people loved this show as much as I did, and that it meant so much, and it still means so much to so many people. And so that has just been incredible. And thank you to all of you who have followed me because you liked that content, and maybe because you related to it or just found it funny. So yes, I hope that answered your questions. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you are subscribed to me, thank you so much. We are almost at 200,000. Honestly insane. Blows my mind. However, if you're not subscribed, please make sure to subscribe. Hit that bell notification so you know when I post my next video. Also, let me know down in the comments what kind of content you want to see more on my channel. I'm going to be making more and more videos, and of course, I'm going to keep making shorts for you all as well. I love you all. Thank you so much, and I'll see you next time. Bye!